Hey guys, welcome back to another episode here with the Eternal Sith who only embraces the dark side. I do apologize guys again as I am still sick. I know I sound so congested, but I do appreciate you guys for coming back as I love the support. So thank you guys for tuning in to another awesome episode. Remember though, before we do start today's episode on the talk of The Mandalorian Season 3, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you always are in the know. Now guys, let's talk about what can be and what we need for season 3 of The Mandalorian. So we think there are two big plot threads from season 2 that The Mandalorian season 3 has to definitely pay off on, which is first, who is going to be wielding the Darksaber, and second, will Grogu appear? Will we see him again, as we do know that he's in the hands of Luke Skywalker training to start up that Jedi Academy that we were known and told of. So there's a lot with that, but we'll talk about that a little bit more in depth as time does go. I do want to get to these other things. So at the end of season 2, Mando won the Darksaber. So the Mandalorian bloodline is been, it's been coveted by Bo-Katan in her journey to reclaim the throne of Mandalore. He couldn't obviously simply just hand it over to Bo-Katan and say, oh, okay, here you go. You just earned it by doing absolutely nothing. No, tensions did obviously mount up as it became clear that her and Mando, we saw it, they were definitely going to have to duke it out to see who is going to be claiming that weapon, because that Darksaber, comes with a lot of baggage, and whoever obviously wields that, I definitely believe Mando's definitely going to be trying to reclaim that throne of Mandalore. He has to. It's his bloodline. It's his duty at this point, But speaking of Luke, the other big plot point that we also would expect to be picked up in season 3 is the fate of Grogu. Again, we do know, that he is training, as I said before, but will we see him? So let's talk about if we will see him. I definitely think we're going to see him in the season. Do I think that he's going to be heavy on that season 3? I don't. And I definitely believe that there's going to be more to it, in a sense of, I don't think he's going to be the main focus anymore as he was. I definitely think that he'll play a part, probably a big pivotal part, especially in Luke Skywalker's Jedi Academy. But again, they did say that they're not going to be changing the sequels. The sequels are here to stay. So they're definitely going to just give us a story on what happened before. And we already know that we know who survived. We know what happened, with Ben Solo. So we know what's coming with that. But I believe that there's going to be a lot when it comes to Grogu. I definitely believe that, and I definitely think we will see him again. Now, the other topic too is the whole thing with Ahsoka. I don't think we're going to see much of her anymore, because obviously she will have her own show, and that's going to be coming out first before season 3 of Mando comes out. So I'm not really too concerned about that, and I don't think we really need to kind of touch that. But it also, the show's obviously has hinted as well, like, we have to kind of know what Grogu's bloodline is being used for by the Empire. Like, why did they need it so bad? Why was it so heavily needed? What were they trying to clone? Because in the comics, we know that Snoke, for example, was cloned by Luke Skywalker's, DNA with his hand. Because we see that Palpatine had it in like this jar, not jar, but like in this like thing. So what did they need Grogu if they had Luke's hand? And that's why the confusion is with the whole thing with the comic, because what are you setting up now? What are Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau setting up for? Is this something greater? Is this something good? Do the Kaminoans come back? Is there something that we don't know? Because this is also tying into the whole thing with Omega. She's very heavy on. They're very heavy on getting her. She's a big bounty in the Bad Batch. So definitely a lot of similarities there. Definitely a lot of similarities there, and I personally want to know what they're going to be doing and where they're going to be going with this. But who knows? Maybe we get to see some other characters. Maybe we get to see the beginning of Snoke. Maybe we get to see the rise of the First Order, because this definitely takes place at some time, obviously after Return of the Jedi, and it could be the start of maybe we get to see the rise of the First Order, because again, this literally takes place after Return of the Jedi, which we know that. So this is between Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens. So we can get something in that. It's kind of like how the Bad Batch should be kind of giving us a little bit more answers on Order 66. Maybe this can give us the answers as to why they took children, you know, and took them into the First Order, because obviously that was very heavy with that, you know, where they took the children, they took them as kids and brought them in and trained them and gave them names. We learned that, we know that. So I definitely believe that we need to get some answers when it comes to the sequels, and I think this show can definitely do that. Now, what I'm expecting, to be honest with you guys, and what I think we might see is Pedro Pascal is signed on for another 3 years, which equals 5 seasons. They've already said that they're gonna be but we're gonna be seeing from some deleted scenes of Han and Leia. So we might see them incorporated into the show at some point. Which season, when, have no idea. But I think it's a good idea. I don't mind it, actually. I really don't. If they're trying to tell a story, and if we could actually see them together again, reunited, I'd be game for this. I wouldn't mind it at all. Maybe we can have a moment the way we had it in the original trilogy. You know? Maybe they meet one last time that we never got to see, obviously, in the sequels. We never saw them all together, really. So maybe we could see that and get that kind of, you know, full circle of, you know, of a happy ending with that, of seeing them together once again in the Star Wars universe, which would be beautiful. So that's one of my things that I hope we get to see. I definitely would love to see a young Ben Solo. I think that's a must, especially starting the Jedi Academy. I definitely hope we get to learn more of these clones in a sense of what Palpatine had, because we know that, you know, Exegol had a lot of that, and maybe they can definitely touch on that with this, you know, and they can give us some answers as to how did he get these clones? Where did he do all these? What did, like, we know in the comic, but it would be nice to get that confirmation of how did it really happen. You know, maybe it was that they used Grogu's bloodline. Who knows? But then where does Grogu stem from? Where does he come from? We know he's the same species as what Yoda is, but there's more to him. Why is he so special? I would love to see more of Mando taking the reign of Mandalore. I would love to see the fight between him and Bo-Katan, and maybe this will be Bo-Katan's death, to be honest. So that's one of my things, and I'll be honest, this is another thing that I'm leaning heavily towards. Crimson Dawn. They're still a part of it. They're still there. Maul is no longer, but Darth Talon is still around. So, and that was George's vision, and as you guys know, George has been heavy in the talks lately of coming back. So if they can bring that vision of what he wanted for the sequels, they can incorporate that into The Mandalorian, and that would be phenomenal, because she was obviously the leader in Crimson Dawn after Maul died. So it would make the most sense. So to see that would be sick to see, to be honest with you guys. I would love it. Comment down below and let me know what you think about that one. And remember, guys, like and subscribe to the channel. But definitely I would love to see her. I would love to. She is so badass in the story. So show us some of that. I think that'd be awesome. Also, too, like, maybe we get to learn a little bit more on Jacen Syndulla. That's another name that we haven't heard of. Give us some more Jacen Syndulla. We don't really know much about him, but he's around. After Rebels, you can still, you know, talk about him. Maybe he goes to the Jedi Academy, and maybe he was friends with Grogu. Maybe he was friends with Ben. Maybe there's things that we know more of, that we don't know of, that they can introduce. Possibly seeing a young Ben, like I said before. Give us all of that. There's still so many answers left unknown that we can possibly get. And who knows, maybe, just maybe, we can finally get Mara Jade. That would be great to have her in it. Introduce her. This would be his wife, obviously, which is Luke Skywalker's wife. We know her in Legends. She was Palpatine's right hand. She obviously went with Luke, married, and we know the rest. So it'd be nice to see her in the season, at least in one of the seasons somewhere. Maybe the two of them started where they started the Jedi Academy together. We can see that, guys. And it's been talks with Brie Larson coming to it. So I'm game. I could see this being a thing. So I think we have all those questions, all those theories that we want answered. I think they can do that with season 3 and going forward. They have 3 more seasons to go. They have a lot of room. A lot of room. And we're going to get all these shows that are going to give us characters that we've never probably known before. And who knows, maybe we see Cal Kestis as well, somehow. Maybe we get a Cal Kestis somewhere in the show. That'd be great. I would love it, you know. So who knows, guys? These are just answers. These are theories. These are questions that we all have, and we want answered. And we would love to see it in The Mandalorian Season 3. Guys, let me know what you think about this episode. Comment down below. Hit that like and subscribe button. Hit that notification bell so you're always in the know. And I do appreciate you guys really tuning in and watching this episode, as it means the world to me when you guys come here, you listen to Star Wars, and just take some time out of your day to really hear these thoughts and these theories and get to hear what you guys think as well. Thank you guys for tuning in today. Thank you for tuning in to another episode here at the Eternal Sith channel, where you only embrace the dark side.